எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கங்க. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் கம்மிங் ஹியர். நான் இப்போ இயக்குனராக வரல, புது ரோலில் வந்திருக்கேன். ஐ எம் ஆஸ் அ பிரசன்டர் ஆஃப் பிரம்மாஸ்திரம். பிரம்மாஸ்திரம், the most one of the most awaited films of the year, one of the costliest films of the year. பட் வெறும் இயர்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, ஏன்னா இது ஒரு 7-8 வருஷமா பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. 7 years, 8 years. When did you start the journey? 2014. Okay, that's a long count. I want to take maths. Okay, so this many years back, Ayan has dreamt about uh, dreamt about creating a world that we have never seen before, the Astra verse. Creating this magnificent astras that we have learned in our scriptures, in our itihasas, in our puranas, in our folklore. We have, as children, we heard about these astras, but never seen them in their splendor. That's what Ayan has dreamt. It's a long journey. He was ably supported by Karan Johar, Avargal, Ranbir, Alia, Nag sir, Amit sir. Everyone became a part of this of that great journey. Thank you. Thanking all these people for making me also a part of that fantastic journey. So இது கிரியேட் பண்ணும்போது இது சாதாரணமான விஷயம் கிடையாதுங்க. இட்ஸ் நாட் an easy job. எதனா பவர்ஸ் ஒரு ஹீரோக்கு ஒரு பவர்ஸ் கொடுத்துட்டு பண்ணிடலாம்னா இட்ஸ் நாட் so simple. It's very very difficult, because what Ayan has chosen is not just creating a magnificent power, it is creating a power which still has some limits. So there he gave a scope to create a bigger villain, and also he created a scope for a constant struggle for the hero characters for the good to win over the evil. It is not like a fairy tale, it is like a very commercial way of telling the stories of these astras. So that is the thing that I really liked about Brahmāstra. And also he made sure that amongst all these astras, Vanarastra, Nandi Astra, Agni Astra, Jalastra, and of course the main Brahmāstra, among all these astrams he made sure that love is the strongest of all the astras. Not just telling in dialogues, he made sure that his point comes across, that love will win across everything. Whatever the problem it might be, love will win across, will win over everything. He made sure that is the point that he has to give to the audience, and he sure did. And of course, he had the fantastic lovebirds for that, Alia and Ranbir. And of course, first of all, Ayan is not here today because I think now initially it is only something that the directors and creators can understand. Now I think even everyone knows, all the audience also know, coming to the end of the project, coming nearer to the release, the director is so stressed out. He has to be there fine tuning every small bit that he can. 8 வருஷம் கொடுத்தாலும் கூட இன்னும் டைம் பார்த்ததுங்க, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் லாஸ்ட் மினிட்ல every director will be fine tuning something. So Ayan is there, but he sent all his love, and some of his messages are there for you. Let's listen what Ayan has to say, tell you guys, and then we will have a question and answer session.
Ellarkum vanakkam. Thank you for having me here. It is really like a homecoming. I started my career almost here in Chennai in my earlier days. Sorry, I'm speaking in English. My Tamil has become a little rusty, so let me speak in English. And one of my iconic films, Geetanjali, was done by a Tamil director, Maniratnam, who's been legendary. You all know that. And I have always been inspired by Tamil movies like Robo 1, Robo 2. They were very, very visionary movies at that time. And they went all over India, not all over India, all over the world. And they were appreciated. And as time moved on, the world started getting to become a smaller place. And Rajamouli sir's Bahubali broke all the barriers and went, not just the barriers, like she said, it broke all numbers. And then Bahubali 2 came, and Triple R came, and then KGF came from Kannada, and Vikram. Recently, Kamalji's Vikram, one of my favorite actors, Vikram, his film came and it started breaking all records and all numbers. And now we have Brahmāstra coming. And like she asked me what inspired me to do this film. I remember Ayan, like a little boy, coming home, and he had a comic book in his hand. And he came home, and I said, Ayan, what am I going to have in this film that you want me to do a role? And he said, sir, you just read this book. It was like a 20-page comic book, and it showed my character, be an artist in that film. And I have the most powerful astra with me, called the Nandi Astra. And it has about the power of 1,000 bulls. And that fascinated me because I was always fascinated by Indian mythology because I grew up with Indian mythology from my younger days, watching NTR Garu and my father Yanar all doing all the mythological films in my younger age, and that was imprinted in my mind. And finally, after almost so many years of career, I got an opportunity to do that. To do a film like that, which dealt with the Indian Vedas, Indian mythologies, Indian astras, Indian characters, and Indian culture. That really inspired me, and I really wanted to do the film. Um, and yes, I went and shot the film, and it was a wonderful experience doing the film. And the precision and the efficiency which Ayan shot with me was incredible. And what I saw on the screen after the finished product, it was just too fascinating, the visuals. And I had some hit films, super hit films, and yes, my Udayam and Shiva, they're huge hits here. And in Tamil Nadu, you know all of that, all over the country also. But this film, I believe it's going to become a landmark film, Brahmāstra. And I'm so glad I'm a part of it. Like Ayan said, when he started, he was 29 years old, and now he says he's 39. I can imagine why that happened.
So coming back, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so happy to share our vision of Brahmāstra with you guys. All of you are somebody who come from a state which is so rich in culture, so rich in music, in the performing arts, and it's really my privilege to be here with all you guys. Brahmastrams started for Ayan and myself in actually 2013. We were doing a film called Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, and I remember during one of the schedules in Manali, he came to me and said that, Ranbir, I have this idea of two friends, which was also before RRR, and he said that one has the power of fire and one has the power of water. Of course, that film didn't turn out the way he had thought that time, and it came to the way that you guys are seeing right now. But I have seen this boy, Ayan Mukherjee, from the age of 29, he's become a young man now, and he spent 10 years and every day of his life really working and dreaming this vision, and just to be a part of it, just to be a little soldier in his battle to achieve his vision has been such an honor and such a privilege for all of us involved in Brahmāstra. I've also had the opportunity to work with such legends like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Nag sir, who today I can also call my friend, who has completely with open arms, accepted Ayan, Alia, myself, Amla, Mayam, Nag sir, his children, everybody, and he's made us a part of his family. And I will always be so grateful for that. Never in my wildest dreams I thought that I would have this name, SS Rajamouli, on a poster with my face on it, and that is such a big privilege, sir. Thank you so much for this. To work with one of the best actors I've ever worked with and have the good fortune of finally marrying her. Alia, somebody who I met on this film. Our romance started on this film. By the time this film got over, we are married and expecting a baby also. So you can really imagine how long this journey has been. So it's really an emotional moment for all of us concerned with Brahmāstra. We are here and we'll answer more questions coming from you. But thank you again from the bottom of my heart for supporting us and being here today. Thank you.
Hi, this question is for Ranbir. Hi Ranbir,
Yes, sir.
behind the camera here.
Yes, I can see.
Hi Ranbir, this question is from, on behalf of your fans and Alia fans, I'm asking. I think recently in one Insta live, you said something about Alia and some fans were upset. I don't know if you know that. Do you want to provide any clarifications for that?
Yes, absolutely. Firstly, let me start with I love my wife with everything I have in my life. What happened on that, I think, is a joke which didn't turn out to be funny. And I really want to apologize to anyone who, if I've triggered anyone, it was not my intention. So I say sorry to whoever got triggered or offended. I spoke to Alia about it and she really laughed it off and she didn't mind it. But I do have a bad sense of humor and sometimes that kind of falls flat on my own face. So I'm sorry if I've hurt anyone about it.
Hi Ranbir here, behind the camera. Hi. Haricharan from Hindustan Times.
Hello.
So Brahmastra looks like the beginning of a universe in itself, right? So how do you, warm up to the idea of Indian cinema building its own universe, a la the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, so exciting. It's such exciting times for cinema in our country, of course, which has been spearheaded by Mr. Rajamouli. So the kind of films he's made and the reach the films have had. Of course, nobody can match him, and Ayan is trying to do something very original, something that naturally comes from him. To be honest, since 2013, I've been hearing Ayan's vision, not just for Brahmastra, but also for the Astraverse. And there are so many stories that are so rich in our culture, seeped in Indian culture, that sometimes it surprises me that so many years have gone by with cinema and we've hardly even touched upon so many stories, which is rich in content, rich in entertainment, rich in characters, in value systems. And so it's very exciting times, and just to be a small part in Ayan's this large, amazing vision is, like I mentioned earlier, is really a privilege and an honor for me.
Nagarjuna sir, here. Nagarjuna sir. Yeah, hi sir. Hi, here. Sir, you have been part of a lot of Itihasa kind of films like Annamaya, Sri Ramadasu, and a lot of films. As you mentioned, this is your first 3D film and it's grandeur, everything is associated with this film. Going forward, can we expect you to explore the grand films with mythological take? Is there any plans to explore these kind of films in future?
I definitely would like, and I hope Rajamouli sir makes one with me. Invites me to one of his films. I really hope. It has been my one of the few things which I have not done, and because I grew up on those films from my younger age, very very young age, and they've been imprinted. And I would love if somebody makes a film and gives me a part in that film. I would love to do it.
எதுக்கு தெரியாதுங்க எல்லாம் தெரியும் பட் ஆக்சுவலாக சொல்லணும்னா for many years the entire country and as a part of creative field we also didn't tell our stories. நமக்கு இருக்கிற stories பார்த்து சொல்லல. Only recently we opened our eyes and we realized that we have so many stories and we just started. இப்போதான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு ஒரு 10 வருஷம் கூட ஆகல, ஒரு மேபி 5-6 years ஆச்சு நம்ம கதை சொல்றது ஆரம்பிச்சு. எவ்ரி ஸ்டோரி வரும். பையன் பேர் கார்த்திகே, ஸோ டெஃபினட்டாக வரும், நோ டவுட் அபவுட் இட். சார் இது நிறைய வாட்டி சொல்லியிருக்கேன், அவர் கூட பண்றது ஒரு பெருமை. Now all of us will be waiting for that moment, but cinema உலகத்துல the stars have to align. Somehow all things have to come together before it happens. Not just me, all the directors will look forward for that. I'm just hoping it will happen.